Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. Another paid request, this time from Jedi Zilla. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And for those interested requesting review, re-review, commentary, reaction, tier list, topic, movie topic, random topic, whatever the case may be, you can feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal, usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, under most of these videos. And Jedi Zilla wanted me to talk about the 2006 remake, The Hills Have Eyes. Now, I saw this film back in theaters in 2006 because I figured, you know what, I had seen the Dawn of the Dead remake in theaters in 2004, and I had enjoyed my time with that movie. So let me give this a look. Let's see how that goes. I remember liking the film, especially the third act. I would say while I did like the film in the first two-thirds, the third act really cinched the deal for me. While I do have some little nitpicks here and there, I do think this is one of the better remakes. I really do. I think this is one of the better remakes out there. Yes, I will say it. I much prefer this over the original. People don't get pissed at that. Oh well, to each their own. I love Wes Craven. I miss the guy. And he actually does a commentary on this with Peter Locke, since they were producers and, of course, worked on the first. Wes Craven directed the original. I may be a Wes Craven fan. It's not for The Hills of Eyes, and it's not for The Last House on the Left. It's for Shocker, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, People on the Stairs, Serpent and the Rainbow, Scream. I even like Scream 3. I've grew to not mind Red Eye. I like Wes Craven for those reasons. Last House on the Left, I think, has a very inconsistent tone where it goes from we took these women and we made them do this and we killed them in the water to the goofiest cops this side of Dukes of Hazzard. You think they work for Boss Hogg, while the music go do 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 bo ba da ba ba do 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 ba do ba do 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 do. And The Hills of Eyes, I think the original sucks. I will be blunt to say that. I have seen that film. Other than Michael Berryman, who has the right look for a villain, Michael Berryman is one of the only things worth an iota of shit in that movie. It's piss poorly acted, especially from some of the lead characters. It's not that well paced. It's not as intense as people made it out to be. And the ending feels fucking anticlimactic. It's like, it happens, then it's done, then it's over. Okay, I guess that's it. Throw your popcorn away, meet you in the parking lot. If you disagree, teach their own. This is how I feel. This one, though, I think did things so much better. I think this had, with the subject, with the environment, had the brutality, the violence amped up very much. I think it was also much more intense. It was definitely better in terms of the acting department. It made me feel like these characters were developed a bit more. And it truly made me root for the dud character played by Aaron Stanford. I especially thought that because when I saw this in the theater, I looked like him. I mean, I shave my head now because of, 40, getting up there, things disappear. But when I had the hair, I looked like Aaron Stanford from the Hills of Eyes remake. With the hair, the glasses, the beard. I remember, like, at one point having the same type of shirt. And I could see myself through, like, I was rooting for him because I was like rooting for myself to beat the shit out of these mutants. I remember for a while, like, my friend Effrey would say, "Hey, Doug from Hills of Eyes, how's it going? You killing mutants today?" Which I thought was really cool. So I have that little personal thing to it as well, which is enjoyable. Alexandre Aja, I do think is a good director. I'm not a fan of High Tension because I'm not a fan of the story. I'm not a fan of the twist, but I do think it's pretty well directed. Piranha 3D. It's not the worst movie I've seen, but I remember thinking one. I wish we concentrated more on the adults because I like the cast that they picked out. Because you have the girl from Adventures of Babysitting and the guy from Pulp Fiction. You know, you got Ving Rhames, you got Christopher Lloyd, you got Elizabeth Shue. I mean, yeah, let's follow them. I don't care about the kids, though. I don't care about the teenagers. I don't really care about those characters. So, I wish I had concentrated more on the principal actors. I do like Crawl. I think that's actually a pretty good film with Barry Pepper, and that's a film I would like to rewatch sometime. I haven't seen that since it came out, but I remember really enjoying Crawl. And I like Mirrors, the Kiefer Sutherland film. That's a remake. Because I'm okay, it's another remake of a Japanese ghost story, but I like the violence that Alexandre Aja kind of brought into it. And I thought Kiefer Sutherland did a good job, and I like the way the mirrors were utilized in that movie. So, this is my favorite Alexandre Aja film, though. Because he does a good job setting up the environments. And, I mean, from the get-go, where you see these people out there checking out the radiation levels, and boom, okay, like I'm watching the theater, oh shit, this guy got a pickaxe in the head, and it went through his fucking eye, and here a guy gets not just hit and impaled, but then gets picked up and thrown to the wall, and then on the ground again, and this is all done like with stunt work, and I'm assuming wires. You don't see them, but like, oh shit, like, okay, this shows the power of these villains, and this film ain't fucking around from the get-go. Oh shit. And then I like the idea, the choice of having the opening credits be atomic test footage, but then also showing the ramifications and the mutations of the babies and the deformed people that occurred because of that. That was an effective way to start the movie. And I like the family. I mean, you got Ted Levine from The Sounds of the Lambs, and a personal favorite of mine, The Mangler. He plays the dad. Was it old Bob? Big Bob? He's a former cop. He goes out with his family. There's his wife, played by Kathleen Quinlan, good actress, who was in Apollo 13, Event Horizon. They have 3 kids, a teenage boy named Bobby, teenage girl, and then an older daughter, and she's married to, becomes our lead, Dud, played by Aaron Stanford, which I know he was Pyro in some of the early X-Men films. I don't know really what he's done since. And then they have a baby girl. And then there's 2 dogs, Beauty and Beast. Now, to be fair, there's chances that does follow the realms of the original, to be fair. But like from the get-go, with what they did with the violence, and I did just the music, the score is really good by Tom and Dandy. Especially when you get in the third act, where the third act is like if Sergio Leone directed a horror film like this, and he got Ennio Morricone to do the score. And that's why Tom and Danny has like a little bit of that Ennio Morricone feel in the third act, which I thought was a big plus. It felt refreshing for this kind of movie. It made events feel more epic. Because the third act of this is a revenge movie. It's a brutal, hardcore revenge film where our guy, who is just going through trial after perilous trial to get his baby back, and just all the shit he's been through, just makes, speak for myself, me root for him more and more. So again, before that, as it goes along, I think the way they utilize the desert locations are effective. I do like some of the details they add into this. See, I think as a remake, this took the original and did it better. Got a better cast, better actors, amped up the intensity, the violence, the action, much better score to make things bigger and more epic. Gave the main character a bit more of a drive, a bit more of a, if not development based on words, development is based on actions. So this guy got character development based on his actions. Where at the beginning, he's dying to guns, he doesn't believe in guns, and this and that. And by the end, it's like, no, you're going to be kicking some ass. Even the other kids, they were not annoying. I don't think they were bad actors at all. Yes, once in a while, there's an annoyance that someone does something stupid. For example, after they get to this gas station, of course, you know, the gas station guys working with the bad guys, of course. Why wouldn't he be? Here's a shortcut. Car gets fucked up by this spiked strip on the road. Ted Levine's going to go back to the gas station. Doug is going to go the other way, see if there's anybody on that way. Bobby chases after one of the dogs, finds Beauty, the dog, dead. Looks like it's been cut open. Doesn't tell anybody. Now he does explain he didn't tell anybody because he didn't want people to panic, but that's still fucking stupid. Let them panic. Good. Panic is good. Because at least you know. And no one is half the battle. So, yes, at least they give an explanation, but it's a shitty explanation. It's a shitty choice. Now, I will say that when the violence occurs, is a big impact. I mean, he didn't dilly dally, the director. Like the gas station guy, you get the idea he feels guilt for what's going on here, among other stuff. He shoots himself in the head and blows like his fucking face off. And ooh, it still made me go, ooh, shit. To this day. Sadly, Ted Levine gets fucked up. Other people get fucked. I mean, I guess I'm giving stuff away. Bad things occur to good people. And like these people, you get the idea, these people don't deserve what's coming to them. They don't deserve it. So I feel sorry for the characters. Because they seem like decent people. They're not being too annoying or irritating, doing too many like, irritating things that make them unlikable for me. And when some of these bad things happen, it's like, oh man, it leaves the impact even more so. I know some people don't like the look of the mutants. They never bother me. I think the effects by KMB are really good. Yeah, okay, fine. You don't have someone that naturally looks like that, like Michael Berryman. I'll give you that. But I think the rest of, like the guy, Pluto, and was it Robert Joy, who is also in Land of the Dead. I think, the makeup effects on them, I think, look really good. And the gore, I think it's TMB. I think it's TMB. I thought they were rather effective in showcasing the crazy brutality of it all. Yeah, Nicotero. Well, Greg Nicotero and Howard Byrd. So it's the K and the B. I mean, the N and the B, not the K. There's no K, no Robert Kurtzman. But there's Nicotero. Is it Robert Kurtzman? Kurtzman, I know his first. His last name's Kurtzman. I can't remember his first name. I thought it was Robert. I'm trying to remember now. I know his last name is Kurtzman, but yeah, Nicotero and Byrd did it. Okay, so yeah, I didn't realize Kurtzman had nothing to do with this. It was the other two. And actually, Nick Notaro, I think, plays one of the mutants, the one with the got the stuff on him, like if you have a neck injury or such. And I thought the music really it fit the film very well. Like spoilers, when they see Ted Levine's been tied up and is being burned to death, and they go over to him. Meanwhile, the other mutants go in and they are assaulting the younger sister, and the older sister's there to protect and help, and wounds one of them, and she gets shot, just boom, point blank, right to the head. Doesn't flinch away. She's done nothing to deserve this fate. We feel sorry for her, and you go, ooh. And then Kathleen Quinlan is trying to help, and she gets shot with such force she flies back. And then when Aaron Stanford sees all this and he doesn't know what to do, he's trying to comfort the dying Kathleen Quinlan. And the way Tom and Danny has the music, such a nice, sweet, soft bit to the music, fits the emotional scene fairly well. And Kathleen Quinlan, she's being nice, and I'm cold. I see why she in love with you. Are the others sleeping? So she's like hazy, doesn't realize what's going on, what had happened, and as it's just like him comforting her, and she's saying nice things to him, to her stepson in a way. There's like a nice emotional bit that, trust me, a lot of movies don't have little moments like that. And I like like I said, I love the revenge third act. You have the stuff with Bobby and the sister, and they make the trap to blow up the trailer. That was in the original film. Actually, the mutant they fight in that way, I believe it's Billy Drago, who's the bad guy in Delta Force 2, and sadly he's passed away, but he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in some Chuck Norris films, Delta Force 2, and Hero and the Terror. Done a few other stuff. But even more interesting to me was Dud going after his baby with the other dog, Beast, and the way they develop the environment where there's like a cave system with a minor graveyard, and especially this nuclear test village, which gives off some creepy vibes where there's all these mannequins around. And no, there ain't no Indiana Jones running around to escape it, hide in a fridge. But all the mannequins around, and the wind, and the dust, it creates a bit of atmosphere to the proceedings, which I appreciate. And I'm just rooting for this guy because he seems like a good guy. He's not done anything wrong. The actor's doing a good job making me feel sorry for the guy. His baby's been taken. His wife's been killed. All this shit's happening. And he's not He-Man. He's not a special forces. He's not a cop. But he's trying to do the best he can. And it's just one thing after the other after the other. Like he gets knocked down, put in his bloody freezer with body parts. I like some of the shots the director has. Like the wide shot above that he slowly pulls out as the guy's trying to break the damn door open. The brutal, just unrelenting fight he has with the big motherfucker named Pluto, where the guy's like fucking tackling him through walls, throwing him through glass, cutting off 2 of his fucking fingers. Like, just how much more can this guy go through? And then he plays possum. Oh, please don't kill me. And then he like stabs Pluto in the foot. Like, yeah. Takes the fucking flag right in the neck. Yeah! Gets the axe. Fuck you! Yeah! Like, that's a crowd pleasing. And the music rises up like a fucking Ennio Morricone. Like, dun, 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 dun. Like, beast mode activated, bitches. Beast, you take care of that bubble-headed motherfucker. Looks like he's a zit ready to pop his fucking head. like a goddamn acne fest. Then there's the other guy, gets his fucking laid, axes the guy's bat, turns the axe, I say the axe around, right in the fucking eyeball. Like, yeah! Fuck yeah! You do have the Ruby character, who is the nice mutant, and you see her, like, there's no dialogue, there's no development of her. I mean, it would have been nice maybe to have a little bit more development of her, to see, like, you did it through her actions, like, she tries to comfort Bobby earlier on, where the kid gets knocked out after he found his dog dead, and does it so that he doesn't get killed, because one of the mutants wants him, and she's like, no, she doesn't say it, but through her actions. So, maybe a little bit more development with her in some way, in some shape. There's a bit where the damn other guy is like, what's his? I don't know what it's called. It's the spike strip. I think it's like racking against Doug, and then he's giving him headbutts in return, and fighting back and forth. Just knock the fuck out. And I love the shot. This is where I did to the film, and this, in a weird way, this shot kind of clinched it for me. Where he's beaten up, he's brutal, just fucking took it ass kicking like not many people have, and he looks over, and one of the fingers that was cut off is his wedding finger, and he barely sees the wedding ring. And the music, and he gets back up, and he beats the shit out of the guy. He has a big old 3 shotgun, poo, stomach, neck, poo. And the way the music is like, dee, dee. Very well edited. The music fits it like a glove. Great practical squibs. Such a rousing bit of business. The only one, like I said, one of the few nitpicks I have is, I know he's all fucked up. Sorry, I know I spoiled it, but he drops his shotgun right there. Should have unloaded every fucking shell on him. I'd be like, don't stop now. Instead, he walks back, drops the gun right by him. Ruby gives him the baby. Somehow the guy's alive after 3 fucking shotgun rounds. Just so Ruby to go tackle him. Nice looking shot. Again, great looking shots in the movie where they both go off the cliff. But I'm like, I get why. But at the same time, I honestly would have preferred Doug getting the killing last shot. Like, one last shot, shoot the guy in the head, and then he flies back, you have the same shot. I would have preferred that. Like, have one more shotgun shell, hits the shoulder, rises up, shoots his head, boom, and then you have the shot where he flies back. I would have preferred that. As for what Ruby could do, I don't know. And that's my computer saying something's done. I don't know, maybe they could help her, take her somewhere where she needs to go. Maybe they welcome, like they lost family members. Maybe they could somehow welcome her into the family. They lost some, now they gain one. That, I think, while I do really enjoy the third act, that's one of 2 changes I wish were made. The second is, again, great setup where the music is just rising up and he's barely hanging on. He gets to the other Bobby and the sister and they hug. Kind of reminiscent of the prayer Kathleen Quinlan had them do earlier on. Great music once again. And the last shot is a pan out and someone's looking in binoculars to set up shot, sequel, whatever the hell the case may be. Which is funny because there was a sequel That the family is referenced, but the way they reference is like they are alive because we heard this story. Well, who would have told the story? Them. So that means they made it out. Thus, the story was told. So funny enough, I'm kind of glad that Hills of Ice 2 was made just to at least have that little reference. That yeah, the family made it out. But I just wish, not every movie needs that, man. In fact, I think more so than not, people groan at that. Are there a lot of people when little shit like that where, okay, is it done for dun dun dun, or to try to steer you, or sequel bait? Are there that many people that actually like that shit? I've never met them. They're more like, no, we don't like that shit. So, take the last 5 seconds out. I wish Dud had gotten the killing blow, blow the fucker's head up or something. Ruby can be part of the family, save the kid. Or if she wants to, she just wanders off and she thinks she belongs there. She'll manage, she'll eat animals or something. She wants to stay. She says goodbye and then she disappears out into the wherever. You could do that as well. And again, other than the 1, 2 dumb decisions, like again, Aaron Stanford, don't drop the shotgun right by the fucking guy. I know you did assume. It's easy to assume he's dead. He took 3 fucking shotgun shells, but it's the movies, man. You're in a horror movie. Or come on, Bobby, tell people that the fucking dog got eviscerated. Like, so yeah, sometimes there's some dumb decisions, but the cast, how intense and violent and really a good-looking movie the whole thing happens to be. Really solid, directed by Alexandre Aja's part. Tom and Dandy, my favorite score the guy has done, or I don't know if it's a person or a band. Tom and Dandy, but just most of all, I love the Revenge Angle by Doug. It's very rare to have a horror film with a guy is able to be such a brutal badass by the end of it. Other than like Ash Evil Dead or something like that. But it's very few and far in between. So that felt refreshing and just how satisfying the comeuppance a lot of these guys got. Especially Pluto. Which is such crowd pleasing cheers. And again, the element of the guy kind of looking like me, so I kind of put myself in the movie. And all that stuff and the music just is a great combination. I think it's one of the better remakes out there, and yes, I dare say better than the original. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.